and 3 Burton at home. Darren, great result Tuesday and a really good game to come back in.
Yeah, I targeted it as my sort of comeback game after sort of feeling my hamstring against Plymouth. I knew I wouldn't be ready for the Exeter game, and I'd only trained once before the 8 game on the Saturday, so Gillingham was sort of the realistic one for me. And it was obviously a great game to come back into, and really enjoyed it. I thought we put in a solid performance. On another day we may have nicked it and took the 3 points, but going to a place like Gillingham on the back of their home form and getting a point and getting a clean sheet, I think was a very good result for us.
And personally, you must be delighted to have got through the full 90.
Yeah, my legs felt fine, and it was a bit of a challenging game. They had a lot of runners from midfield, and they do love to attack at home. I think Martin Allen gives their front 4, front 5 sort of a licence to go wherever they like, and it can be difficult at times, especially when they're coming forward, flooding players into the box. So you have to be switched on and track runners, and at the same time we had to try and get up and support Zebs and Mo and Jermaine as much as we could. So it was a good workout and a nice game for me to come back into.
And you mentioned the hamstring. Just how much does the club's policy on not rushing players back and sort of being understanding of when you need a break help?
It's a big part. I think obviously Wes, the physio, is very experienced, and he knows that, especially with things like hamstrings and that. It's and me now being in the game as long as I have, I know that you can't rush these things, and if you do, there's a licence then that you may do it and be out for even longer and aggravate it worse. So for the for being out for 2 games instead of potentially, if you do it, you could be out for 8 or 10. I'll take that. It's frustrating. It was very frustrating to miss the 2 games that I did, but in the long term, and it's best to leave it and rest the 2 games that I did.
Burton this Saturday, and you've had a day's extra rest than they have because they were playing at Plymouth on Wednesday night. Will that make a difference?
It sometimes can. It's a long journey as well down to Plymouth, but I think the way Burton are playing at the moment, they're full of confidence like ourselves, and it bodes to be a good game. I think they're flying high. I think they're 5th in the table now, so yeah, it's another big game for us. We knew this month was going to be a huge one for us, the games that we've got and the amount of games in this month. So if we can come out at the end of this month still in the position we are or even higher, then fantastic. But Saturday will be tough, and we know that, and the gaffer will prepare us right for that, have us well drilled on what Burton are all about. But like I say, we're confident. Our last home game, last 2 home games we scored 3 goals, so hopefully we can keep scoring the goals and keep picking up the points.
And if you can pick up the points against the teams who are in and around you, then suddenly you go, you increase that margin that you're ahead of them.
Yeah, I think if you do that, you beat the teams around you, then you've got every chance. And like I say, we've done well against the lower place sides this year so far, but it is, these are the games that you've got to pick up points and go and win. So yeah, we know that we're in a great position at the moment, 3rd in the league, and potentially Saturday we could go 2nd if things go right. But and that's the incentives we've got to use. But it's a game at a time. We've we especially in this league, the games come thick and fast anyway, so you have to focus game at a time.
And you mentioned 3 goals in each of the last 2 home games. Do you just feel there's a little bit more momentum building up at home now?
Yeah, I think we focused a lot sort of the start of the season on being solid and defensively, trying to keep clean sheets and stop the opposition, and maybe we done that maybe to the detriment of us going forward as well, but we were still picking up results and getting the points on the board. But I think we're blending that better now. The balance is better. We're still keeping clean sheets, but looking at a threat going forward. So long may that continue. But again, I still feel, and I think the gaffer and the lads still feel, that there's more to come from us.
Thank you. Good luck.
Cheers. Thank you.
Darren, Gillingham had such a good start. Looking at the table, you can see how good they've been. So to get to match them like you did on Tuesday, does that give how much belief can that give everyone that you can stay up there and challenge them?
I think it's definitely gives us confidence. You look at the game on Tuesday night, and it was evenly matched for long periods. I know they had a bit of sustained pressure in the second half, but as the home team you probably expect that, and the confidence and the way they're scoring goals at home, we knew there'd be a little bit of storm to weather, but I thought we'd done that really well. We had as many chances as they did to win the game, and it can only breed confidence. You look at they're flying high, 7 points clear at the top, and we've gone there to their home ground and matched them. The lads can take a lot from that.
Yeah, I know you've got some important league games before the Cup, but if you can get through against Hereford, would you be looking for a draw against one of your old clubs, where the big clubs come in the third round?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, it's going to be a tough game against Hereford. They're really fighting for their lives, and financially they're really fighting for the club. And I think everyone's pulled together really well there. So that's going to be no easy task for us. And we're fortunate we've got a home tie. But if we can take care of business and get into the third round, that's where everybody wants to be, obviously. And that's where the Premiership teams come in, and you can really get a decent draw. Obviously last year the lads got to go to White Hart Lane and play against Spurs. So, but again, we're not looking that far ahead. We've got league games, and obviously we've got to get past Hereford first to get there. But we'll focus week by week.
Yeah, Burton at home, and the fans that travel Tuesday night are obviously enjoying themselves, making a lot of noise and backing you all the way. But if things don't go straight away according to plan on Saturday, how important does the crowd sort of stick with you? The manager's expecting, as you said, a war of attrition there. So,
yeah, I think the fans, as I say, who travelled on Tuesday were fantastic. I think it was over 100 of them who made the trip, and it was cold. It was a proper Tuesday winter night, and to make the trip down there to Kent was was fantastic from them, and they made noise all through the game, like you say. And the thing is now it's expectation with us. We've set the bar, we've set the standard on what we should be doing, and we can't tail off now. And if we do, obviously the fans have got every right to let us know that. But yeah, sometimes in games, for whatever reason, things can go against you or whatever. But as long as we keep working hard and doing the things we've been doing, then I'm sure the fans will stick with us. Even if we don't get the best of starts, or as I say, things go against us early doors.
Yeah, do you think that all the fitness work you put in during your rehab was paid off for games like Tuesday, when you come back after not having played for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I say I frustrated myself with the little niggle against Plymouth. It wasn't anything major, but again, it's one of them that if I'd pushed it, I could have done something worse. And I was beating myself up a little bit over it. But like Wes said, I'd played nearly 11 to 12 games, and he said it could be a little bit of fatigue, just getting your legs back used to it. So, but I think these last 10 days, the rehab and the rest that I've been able to get has definitely benefited me. And now, like I say, I don't see anything holding me back. My fitness is great, and hopefully, as I say, the sharpness in games will get better and better.
Yeah, brilliant.